trip.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Manny, Dead Joke Nation. How's it going today? Your boy back with another video. Man, I'm in my room, I'm chilling, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, how are they going to introduce the mutants into the MCU? Now, for those of you that don't know, Marvel, Disney just got the rights back from Fox for the X-Men, okay? Now, the big question is, a lot of people have, is, well, how the hell are they going to introduce mutants into the MCU? How are they going to explain the mutants either just suddenly appearing, or have the mutants been there the whole time? And if they have been there the whole time, why haven't they helped with the events that have been happening? So in this video, we're going to go through some of the theories that I've heard on the interwebs, okay? The first theory that I heard and that I personally do not agree with is Professor X and the mutants were always there, right? Like they were always here in the MCU, in the main MCU continuity, but Professor X was using Cerebro to shield the mutants' presence from the outside world. I'm going to explain why I don't agree with that. One, if they're going to introduce Professor X, I highly doubt that they're going to keep him as powerful as he is in the comics. Look at Scarlet Witch. They nerfed the hell out of Scarlet Witch. In the comics, Scarlet Witch is probably one of the most powerful Marvel characters. I highly doubt they're going to keep Professor X like they do in the MCU. I don't think they will. And not to mention, he would have to be in Cerebro pretty much consistently in order to do what he does. So that's a theory that I don't personally agree with, but we'll see what happens. The second theory I heard. So in Ant-Man and the Wasp, it was shown that in the quantum realm that there is a microscopic city within the quantum realm. People are theorizing that the X-Men are inside of that city. Okay. Now, if that is the case, how did they get there? Okay. I like this theory better than I do the Professor X theory. Theory number 3. Okay. So Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Vision have their own series coming out on Disney Plus called WandaVision. Very interesting name, whatever. But a lot of people are theorizing that because of the loss of her brother, Quicksilver, in Age of Ultron, Wanda wants to create more people like her. So she uses her reality-altering abilities to either, poof, here's mutants, here's some more mutants, come be my family. Or she bends reality to the point where she creates mutants throughout her own reality. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about this guy? And what about this guy? Okay. So Logan and Magneto have very interesting backgrounds. Magneto was a Holocaust survivor, and Logan was in pretty much every war known to man. So it's going to be hard to explain or even retcon their past. I don't think that MCU is going to, Marvel, Kevin Feige, I don't think they're going to retcon either one of these characters' past. They're too important to the character. And Marvel has done a great job with pretty much staying as true as possible to the character. So what if, again, it's just a theory, what if Wanda uses her reality-altering abilities to create mutants, but put them in specific time periods as to not mess up the law, like the law average, not to mess up reality and shit like that, not to create branches in time. That to me sounds a little more probable. Okay. So here is my number one theory. My number one theory, and I agree with this wholeheartedly, is that the mutants were created by the snap. The snap that started Infinity War and ended with Endgame. Okay, so In Infinity War, Thanos achieved his goal, collected all 6 Infinity Stones, and he snapped. In Endgame, he used the stones to destroy the stones, right? Rocket explained that there was a power surge throughout the whole galaxy from these stones that spread throughout the whole universe. And then Hulk snapped again to bring everybody back. Now, the reason I agree with this is because in Age of Ultron, Wanda and Quicksilver were created using the stones, right? Like they were created using Loki's staff. And they are considered as mutants, or in the MCU, they're called enhanced. It makes sense to me that the snap or the stones are the power source that created mutants. Maybe from the first snap in Infinity War, when he snapped, because remember, there's a 5-year time gap between Infinity War and Endgame. Maybe after the first snap, he activated the X gene in certain people, and over the last 5 years, these mutants have slowly come to terms with their abilities. Maybe it'll be a combination of both. Maybe Wanda will bend reality, and maybe the snap created them. Or maybe the snap from Endgame, where Thanos used the stones to destroy the stones, maybe that created the mutants. But I really think that they're going to use the snap to create the mutants. That to me makes the most sense. Regardless, there's another theory. So in Iron Man, I think it was Iron Man 2, Tony mentioned 3 projects: Project Pegasus, Project Goliath, and Project Exodus. So Project Pegasus was touched on in Captain Marvel in her standalone movie. That was pretty much, I believe that was, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that's what S.H.I.E.L.D. was called prior. I don't remember though. Or that was something that S.H.I.E.L.D. was working on. Project Goliath was touched on in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Lawrence L. Fishburne's character used to be Goliath. And so that's 2 projects. Third project, we don't know. Project Exodus, which Tony mentioned. People believe that Project Exodus was S.H.I.E.L.D.'s way of covering up the mutants the whole time. I believe that S.H.I.E.L.D. was covering it up before I believe Professor X was covering up their presence. And maybe Exodus isn't spelled EX, maybe it's spelled X dash and then the rest. That's a pretty, I accept that theory second after the first theory, as far as like the one that I agree with, as far as like the snap created the mutants. Or maybe, I don't know, it's a touchy thing. Regardless, I'm sure Marvel will do what they have to do like they always have, and they're going to surprise us. That's what's going to happen. They're going to surprise us, bottom line. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. What are your theories? I want to hear some of your theories, and let's talk amongst ourselves. Why not? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.